President Trump has agreed to lower tariffs on all Chinese imports to 47%. And while that may be good news for some Americans, it's still a relatively high levy for those who rely on manufacturing in China. Earlier this year, I spoke with Elenor Mak, the founder and CEO of the Jilly Bing doll, which resemble Asian American children. And her business manufactures its dolls in China. She told us that President Trump's sweeping tariffs on Chinese imports threaten the future of her company, as nearly all toy manufacturing happens overseas.
We were at 0% for the last, for dolls for the last few years. And so when you look at a $68 doll like mine, that's, $10 to $15 and just tariffs alone, right? Not looking at additional costs that we'll have to pay to rush, testing, rush shipping. So, we're evaluating, but really the other piece is just that the uncertainty that sits on this right now.
And Elenor Mak joins us now. Elenor, it's good to see you again. You're becoming quite the regular on the Daily Report.
Good to be back.
So we've spoken to you twice before. The first time you told us you were making the difficult decision to pause manufacturing of your Jilly Bing doll. The next time we spoke, the tariff policy had changed, as it does, and you were reevaluating. So here we are. We have this agreement after the president's trip in Asia, a 47% tariff on all Chinese imports for now. Nothing's been set in stone or written down yet. Where does your business stand? How does that impact you?
Yeah, the last 6 months since we spoke, it's been a real roller coaster. So as we talked in April, we were about to start holiday production orders, and we made the decision to stop it when the tariffs jumped up to 145%. It was literally like a screech on the brakes. We just halting stop. And then in May, the tariffs were reduced to 30%. And at that point, we started to reevaluate. But quite frankly, we knew that we could not confidently get our goods into the U.S. within that 90-day time period. Tariffs are assessed based on when your goods arrive into the U.S. So we made the difficult decision to not proceed with holiday production orders for this year. For us, we were fortunate because we walked into this new year with extra inventory. So at the end of last year, our retailer had canceled a major order, and our factory had also announced they were shutting down. So we had produced extra goods, knowing these two issues. So we forecasted the best we could, and we thought we would have enough, inventory of dolls for this holiday.
And so are you prepared to meet that holiday demand, or are you having to tell customers, I'm sorry, we may not be able to fulfill your orders?
Yeah, so earlier this month, we had a massively joyous surprise. Our Jilly Bing dolls were featured in the Amazon holiday catalog, which I think went out to millions of households.
I get one.
Yes, and so we have, just in the last few weeks, our sales have really jumped well over 50% over our forecast, over our last year's sales. So we will sell through the inventory we have on hand. I think we will probably lose out on some holiday sales.
And so how are you feeling right now as a business owner? We're talking about the holidays right now, but you're probably already thinking way ahead, 2026 and beyond. How are you planning?
Yeah, so we've taken this time, when we decided not to pursue the production orders, we took the time to reevaluate and look at new product development, look at, can we broaden our supply chain beyond China? I think the tariff roller coaster has been something, we've dealt with all year. So as we look ahead and we think about, for this company, we're not just chasing this holiday season, right? I think for us, it's about bringing the joy of a doll that looks like you to many more children in the generations ahead. So we're taking a longer view and thinking about how do we manage our supply chain, more in a more stable manner in the years ahead.
Real quick, does that possibly mean bringing production to the U.S., or does the infrastructure currently in place not support what you need?
I wish I could bring it to the U.S. I have yet to find a single doll factory that, in the United States that can do what we do. So it is still largely in Asia.
Okay, Elenor Mak, we'll talk to you again, I'm sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.